What's up? What's up, great people? Saturday morning here. What's going on? Make sure I got everything while y'all come on in here. All right. All right. Y'all excuse me for a second. I got to grab something right quick. All right, great people. I'm coming. I had to get a few things straight here. All right. How y'all doing today? All right. Glad to see you guys on a good Saturday morning. All right. God is good. Crawford, what's going on, man? Yeah, good morning. Let me type something in for you guys. All right. We are on this Saturday morning on this live stream, talk with you guys about a few things. All right. Uh-oh. I done grabbed the wrong thing. Right? Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Let me grab the wrong paperwork for you guys. All right. All right. Who else we got on there? Free speech. What's up? What's up, Stan? All right, man. Glad to see y'all on this morning. Hope all is well in your atmosphere and wherever you guys are located. Why don't y'all go ahead and put down where we're located? What's up, Bo Walker? Want to give a shout out to old Bo Walker there. Subscribe to our channel memberships. We got channel memberships now. Most of you may have seen the video and seen the join button. So, Bo, I appreciate it, man. Actually, Bo is the first one to join our channel membership, man. So, Bo, I appreciate that, brother. You supporting the channel in such a way, man. I really appreciate that. And you have to send me an email, man, so we can correspond. All right. So who else we got here? Abraham, what's going on? Randy from South Carolina. All right. Stan, good. All right. There you go. Yeah. Jackson, Mississippi. All right. Coach Prime is in Jackson, Mississippi. I know you probably a Jackson State Tiger. I'm in the home of the Jaguars here, right? We came up there and handled that business with y'all a couple of weeks ago, right? All right. Byron from Atlanta. All right. Cool. Cool. All right. So it's 5 minutes after 10. I want to go ahead and just kind of get going. So the purpose of this live stream, I wanted to talk about with you guys because I thought about the fact that I get a whole lot of inquiries, emails, inboxes about this thing about the expenses. And I know that the reason why this is such a valid question. All right. What's up, Terry Mitchell, Toledo, V Jackson State, I stand. All right. V Jackson State. I get a whole lot of questions about the expenses, right? And I know what that is that people, you guys are trying to figure out what kind of money you got to have, or what's that monthly budget is going to look like, right? What's up, Jack? And so I get it. That's very important. Um, I recall when I first started, I didn't so say lay it out budget wise. Okay, what is this going to cost? All I knew is that I was getting into business, and whatever the expenses was, I was going to pay her, right? And so that's not a good way to do it. All right, ATL. All right, but that's what I did, 21 years ago. Just kind of when got the truck, okay, whatever the insurance is, okay, I got to have that. Whatever the workman's comp is, okay, I got to have that, and just went knocking them down, right? All right, but I know these days and times, if somebody can give you guys just a line by line idea of what the fixed expenses are, then it could be of great help for you to put it down on paper in the form of a budget, right? All right. Oh man, all these JSU folks. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have some trouble up in here. All right, so let's look at it. The expenses. We're gonna talk about the expenses of the dump truck business. And then we'll kind of get into how much capital is needed to be able to adequately function in dump truck business, right? What are the real and tangible experiences? All right, so let me tell my story just briefly about how I did it. Basically, well, I'll tell that when it comes to how much money is needed. I'll tell my story about what I started with and what I had. All right, but let's talk about the expenses. All right, so we need to know what the expenses are so we can evaluate and know what are we going to be dealing with on a monthly basis as it relates to overhead. And so we'll know what kind of money we need to make in order to be able to not only pay that overhead, but what kind of profit we're going to see, right? Very important. All right. And so when you know what your expenses are, it gives you real-time numbers. You don't have to guess. You can get close. You'll know, what's going to need to be paid every month, what's going to be paid every 3 months, what's going to be a one-time expense once a year, that kind of thing. That's the purpose of this stream, this part. All right. I've advocated on other videos that you ought to budget, right? I believe in that. If anybody is going to get into this business, you ought to be writing that thing down. Okay, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is what this is going to cost monthly, on and on and on, right? And so also it'll help you to evaluate your profit margin. You have to determine, okay, with the expenses, and this is the money potential, what kind of profit margin is that going to leave me with? And is that going to be enough to where I'm satisfied, where I can pay myself adequately with no problem, and I'm putting money up and I see profit from the business, right? All right, because look, the old saying is true. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, right? All right, so it needs to make sense. All right, so let's talk about the fixed expenses. The fixed expenses of the dump truck business, right? All right, these are going to be expenses that pretty much you're going to get them every month. It's what you got to pay every month to be able to function in dump truck business, okay? All right, the first one obviously is the truck note. All right, the truck note. All right, I think I shared with you guys. Somebody asked a question on the one of the videos when I showed about getting the truck that I just got 3 weeks ago. But I don't mind sharing with you guys. That truck note is $2,903, right? $2,903. I financed that truck on 5 years, right? I could have stretched it out to 6, but that wasn't going to make it a difference in the note of about $300, right? And so I'm like, you get up there around paying that kind of note, $300 is not going to kill me. So I went on and just told him, I want to be able to pay for it in 5. Go ahead and just leave it right there, 5 years, right? All right. Top of the morning, D. Adams, Michael Tinsley. All right. And so for me, that's my expense, right? Most of you guys, when you get ready to go with a new truck, get a truck or whatever, you got to determine what kind of level of note that you want to fit into that monthly budget. Okay. All right. A lot of you, if you finance through a credit union, you kind of have flexibility. Credit unions will sometimes stretch the years out, right? My truck was a 3-year-old truck, so I didn't want to go in 5 years anymore. I thought that was okay. Those of you guys who have the resources to go get a new truck, I mean, I heard that they're going 7 years on some new trucks. You have to determine if you want to be, you want to put it out like that and have the opportunity to pay it off early. I was in recent conversation with a guy who bought a new truck And that's what he did. He stretched the years out, but his goal is it's going to be to pay it off early over when the times are good, pay extra notes and that kind of thing. All right. So truck note is probably going to be your biggest expense, your number one expense. All right. All right. Top of the morning, Ben Kuna, huh? Uno with a K. All right. Good morning to you, man. All right. Ben Kuna. Good morning to you, Ben. All right. So truck note. All right. The second thing is going to be your biggest expense. And I'm kind of taking them from big one to small. Okay. Let me bag up, Abraham. Let me get you. All right. What about leasing? Leasing. I got a buddy that actually just leased a brand new. I'm going to do a video walk around with his brand new truck. My buddy of mine just went and got leased a brand new Peterbilt. I hadn't talked to him, Abraham, but that note is about 35. He's leasing. The note is about 3,500 a month. Pretty much on those lease programs, they'll kind of allow you to pay first month, last month, right? So to get into that truck, he probably paid $7,000, right? And now the thing to watch out with those leases now in 3 years or whether the term is 2 years, you're going to have to come up with that lump sum to pay for that truck, or you're going to have to look to get that truck refinanced somewhere else, right? To get it to actually buy it or whatever. So beware of that with the leases. Lease is not a bad way to go if that fits your situation. All right. I do have a buddy that just went and did that. So maybe I might not only with letting you guys see his truck, maybe I'll be able to get him to sit down and just kind of talk to us about how he went through that process. I think that'd be a good thing too. All right. All right. Truck note, number one expense. Number two, insurance. All right. And I have been getting a lot of calls. Matter of fact, I had a guy call the other day, was trying to find insurance. He hadn't got his truck, signed the papers, but having trouble finding adequate insurance. And Progressive just blew his mind with the price, right? He was like, man, is insurance really this high? And I shared with him, yeah, it can get a little bit pricey, especially if you're new coming in. And if you're 25 and under, it can get a little bit pricey. All right, but what we did was I helped him find some insurance. We went on, I'm in this Facebook group for dump trucks and trailers. You guys can check that out, search that group. I'm a part of that group. And I told the guy to go on that group because I had been monitoring that group and I saw where there were some agents in there and there were some people in there that were offering to be able to do insurance cheaper than what you could probably find in your local city or wherever. Everybody knows Progressive has cornered the market. They're the head honcho. They're the big dogs out here now, right? That's who I got, Progressive. All right, and I'll tell you why, with Progressive in a minute. But this dump truck and trailer group, if you guys search that group on Facebook, you join that group, or maybe I'll put the link up later or something. But if you join that group and you just type in looking for anybody, know where I can find reasonable insurance, the young man was able to go in there and find insurance. His previous quote he was getting, I think, was like 30,000, and he found it for 19. And that was on a brand new Kenworth T880. So I was so happy for him that he was able to find it cheaper. Still kind of high, but nevertheless, he's young. He's just getting started. After you get into those first couple of years, it'll start to go down, because he'll be had experience in the business. All right. All right. So your insurance is going to be your second most highest note. Now, let's talk about numbers. I'll share my own experience with you. When I first come into the business years ago, on a 94 Kenworth in the year 2000, guys, I was paying $300 a month. All right. And then, but I only had 100,000, didn't know any better. I increased it to 300,000. Then I eventually got $1 million. I think when I got up to $1 million in coverage, I was paying about $500 a month. That was back in 2000, right? You guys know we're so far beyond that now, too. It ain't funny. All right. So unfortunately, I had some bad situations where I had some guys had some accidents happen in the last 7-8 years. Well, my agent got to the point where they were no longer writing me through regular people. Progressive would end up being the only one that would cover me, right? And so next thing you know, and this is just in Louisiana, right? It may not be happening in your state, but because of how the laws is, we need tort reform in Louisiana. In other words, it's real easy to sue in Louisiana, right? Lawyers, right? You want to know who the millionaires are in Louisiana? The lawyers are the millionaires, right? You know, you got guys here make commercials about the fact you've been hit by a truck, call me. You've been hit by a big rig, call me. That's how prevalent law it is to sue people in Louisiana with trucks. And so what began to happen is some of the insurance companies pulled out of Louisiana, right? So now what you're finding is Progressive, really, with the exception of one or two more, is the only one writing truck insurance in Louisiana. Well, you know how that goes, supply and demand, right? If you're the only big dog offering something, you can set your own price. So lo and behold, long story short, I had a couple of guys had some accidents. One was a nice accident where, you know, with injuries, he come across lanes of traffic. People hit him. He in the wrong because he come across the lanes of traffic. I think that accident ended up being like 80, 90 grand altogether. That happened. Just looked like two or three different things. Had a driver bed up in the air. He didn't let the bed down, pull some power lines down, pull people meter box and light stuff all off the house. You know, just crazy stuff went to happening for about 2 or 3 times in a row for about a year, 2 or 3 years. Well, guess what? My insurance went from like 1,100 a month for 2 or 3 trucks to like over $2,000 a month, guys. And it was, when I tell you, it put a chokehold on me. It did. I mean, I went to renew the insurance one year, and the agent told me what the insurance going to cost, and I was like, I cannot afford that, man. I said, I'm gone. I'm out of business, man. You know, I can't afford that. And later on, sit down thinking about it, process it. I said, well, what else you gonna do? Let's give it a shot. And thanks be to God, I was able to grind and make my way through it. I paid that 2,000 something dollars a month. I think it was like $2,500 a month insurance. The insurance was more than my truck note, y'all, at that time. So had a few more guys had incidents. Guy left a bed up, hit the silo at the asphalt plant, you know, just craziness going on. And I said, Lord, you know, if we can just get some relief to where we don't have any claims within 2 or 3 years, it would go down. Lo and behold, y'all, I'm here to report I was paying $2,100 a year last year. All right, hear me well. Last year, I was paying $2,100 a year to Progressive for one truck. I got the renewal in this February past. I just knew, I said, well, you know, I wonder, is it going up or is it going down? I really expected it to stay the same. I could not believe, guys, that the insurance went from $2,100 a month to $1,284. You talking about shouted around my house. I was like, oh God, thank you. I'll say that literally just put $700, right at $800 of profit back in my business, not having to pay for the insurance. So most of you guys know now I bought another truck. So now, of course, it went back up, right? But watch this. I'm paying $1,284 to insure the 2013, which was valued at $980,000. I'm paying $1,500 to insure the 2018, but I'm insuring $150,000. All right, and so basically, I'm paying $2,700 a month insurance, but that's for 2 trucks. That's for 2 later model trucks, a 18 and a 13. So I couldn't understand it, right? So what I do is every year when I get ready to renew, you walk that down, right? That truck ain't valued at 150 anymore, or I don't owe 150 anymore. So I mark that down. Next year, I probably put it at 120. The other truck will come down about 70, right? Well, guess what that does? That helps to lower my premium. If you don't just tell them that, they'll renew you at the same amount every year. There's no sense in you paying insurance to cover $150,000 worth of coverage. And if something happens to that truck, it gets totaled, they're not going to pay you but what the truck's worth. Right? So I'm giving you some game right there. That's a nugget. All right. All right. So peep game on that. All right. So let me look at a few questions after this insurance thing. BK, what you got? Would you suggest legal system would probably setting up your business or just set up an LLC and figure it out from here, there and trial and error style? Well, BK, LLC is easy, man. I mean, well, I guess I shouldn't say that because if you don't know, you know, it may not be easy. But basically, dude, you can go and it'll literally walk you through it on your state Secretary of State's website, man. I just set up another LLC for some other stuff I'm doing, and I basically went on the website, you know, punched in what I'm doing, and it basically going to ask you the questions of how you're organized. Are you a single member LLC? In other words, if it's just you, all that. So I don't know, BK. I mean, I think it's something that you could do yourself and not have to go get no legal representation. But if not, I'm sure, man, it's something old cousin Lisa who's been to school or something that she could do, man, and you wouldn't have to go pay a lawyer or something to do that. I mean, you can. They probably wouldn't charge you, but well, like my lawyer, my first one, I didn't know. He charged me $150 to do it, but man, I just set up my last one. It's nothing to it. All right. So I think you just have to figure out, is it something that you can do or you can get your cousin. All right. Well, Randa just gave a good suggestion. You can use LegalZoom to set up an LLC, right? Save you a whole lot of money, man. All right, from having to go get a lawyer. I used to think too early on that it was something a lawyer had to do, but you don't need a lawyer to set up an LLC. Crawford, what you got? Progressive quote me 80,000. Insurance, 3 insurance quote me 2023. Progressive quoted you 80,000 for one truck. Good Lord. Am I reading that right, Crawford? 80,000 or 80,000 worth of coverage for 23,000. My God. Yeah, free speech is high, man. It's high. I can tell you, 1,000 a month would be okay for one truck, but these rates are crazy high. Yes, they high, man. I like I say, Progressive is the big dog. Until you get some more people in, but you got to search a little bit, man, because like I say, being a part of that dump truck group, if I hadn't already renewed, I had one of those companies in that dump truck group on Facebook. They seem to have some real good, reasonable rates, man. So I'm gonna tell you like this: you got to do some due diligence. You may have to search outside of your state to get some good insurance quotes. So don't give up on it. But this is why you guys are researching, right? You got to put some elbow grease into calling around. But that insurance is gonna be your number 2 expense. All right, all right. Oh my God, man. So that is ridiculous, Crawford, man. Oh my God. And then it differs, right? They're a national company, but you could call and get a quote like that, and then I could call and get a different quote. I don't understand that, right? And I know it's different for everybody. I mean, but if we're just, we're over 25, we got years in the business already. Why is the insurance different for you than it is for me? I don't understand that. But it's different, and I know why it's different in my state. It's because tort reform, which is reform of the legal system dealing with being able to sue, needs to be changed in this state. And they're really starting to talk about that now. 80,000, and that's too much, Crawford. Oh my God. One truck. Oh, that's too much. Man, look, I'm paying for these 2 trucks I got. I think the total is 36,000. I want to say 36,000 for both trucks. That's too much, man. Pop, I was saying you drag your truck out of the bushes and you pay 160 a month from Progressive. Oh my God. Yeah, well, you got an older truck too, so I can see that. I can see that. All right, so just research, y'all, because if you can get that insurance at a good price, that's going to pay dividends for you. All right. So truck note is a fixed monthly expense. Insurance is a fixed monthly expense, right? All right. So okay, that Crawford, that's why under 25. Yeah, doc. You look, it's in a whole nother stratosphere when you're under 25, man. My God, you might come out some better with somebody else other than Progressive. That is ridiculous. All right. So insurance, truck note, third expense, workman's comp, right? Workers' comp. All right. Workers' comp is that thing you have whereby, me as have an employee, they get hurt or something on the job. That'll pay them, right? Matter of fact, I got a cousin of mine who got hurt driving my truck 2 years ago that he actually is out on workman's comp, been out on workman's comp 2 years now. So that's what that does. It protects you if you got multiple trucks from having to, that driver be able to get paid. Now, let me explain a few things. The company I'm working for now actually wants the owner to be included on the workman's comp. Used to be you didn't have to be included if you were the owner or you're driving your own truck, right? Because if you get hurt, you're not going to sue yourself. Well, now we got one company, and hoping it's not something that's going to spread, that wants you to also be included on the workman's comp. Guess what that does? That made the insurance cost more. So let me show it to you. Just adding workman's comp, regular workman's comp policy for my employee, $483 a month. $483 a month. Adding myself on the policy, it went to $1,100 a month. Right? But that's only because this company One company in the whole state of Louisiana that does that. This company. I did it, you guys, because these jokers got to work. These are the people that I'm telling you about. You're gonna see some videos coming Monday and next week. This job is like 5 minutes from my house. They're gonna be out here about another 2 months. So it was worth it for me to go ahead and do it, right? Even if I change it later and drop it back down, drop me off. But I just found out they got 2 more jobs in my area, so I probably won't. Here's what I'm saying. If you're going to take, if a company in your area wants you to be on the workman's comp, factor in, are you going to be working enough and it's going to be make sense for you to do that? I did it because it makes sense for me to do it because they got to work right now. Some of these other companies, this company here is getting all the work at the bid lettings. So it just makes sense that, okay, I don't mind paying the extra $500 some a month if they're going to work me. And trust me, they've been working me. They're working me day and night right now, both of my trucks. So I'm making the money, right? But let's just say most of you guys, you don't have to deal with that. You just got to get regular workman's comp policy. I'm paying $483 a month. So that could be a fixed expense, right? Why is this important? Let me share this with you. Because this is a nugget here. In some of the people that you work for, they may take it out. And if you got a company that you're going to be working for and they say they'll take it out, you have a choice whether or not you're driving your own truck, you have a choice whether or not you might want to get the workman's comp. All right, let me drop that nugget on you. But let me tell you, you got to count up the costs and see how much that company is taking out on you for workman's comp over the course of that month and determine whether or not it would be cheaper for you to go get your own policy. I just gave you a nugget right there. Companies will take it out. We got companies on this end that will take the workman's comp out. But you got to determine, is the amount that they take out more or less than you would pay if you had your own workman's comp policy. For me, I got employees, so I chose to get it regardless, right? Because I don't want nobody getting hurt and then having to try to sue me personally. No, you got workman's comp, go get your workman's comp, right? So I'm doing it from a protection standpoint. Okay. All right. Crawford is 24. Yeah, I figured she was under 25, man. All right. What's up, Glenn? All right. So that's the workman's comp. I hope I've adequately explained that. So it can be a fixed, but for those of you guys, there's an opportunity to see whether or not the company will take it out and how much that'll be. A lot of times, some of them want to take 6% a week. So you got to figure that out. Fuel. Got to have diesel to run. All right. Got to have diesel to run. A fixed expense. Got to have it every week. Let me think about what am I running? What am I burning on this job here? I'm burning about 500 a truck a week. So you just say, yeah, 500 a week. All right, we fill it up to the snout, and let's just say we work in one shift, 5 days a week. I can make that whole week off $500. Of course, it can vary depending on how far you're going. But if I'm working 30, 40, 50-mile radius, and I ain't just going and blowing, I could probably get 2 days to a tank, right? Right now, that's like $120, $130, right? So you figure 130 times 3, right at $500. I think I got that right? So about 500 a week is what I rounded it off to, per truck, right? So I'm running 2 now, so I'm burning about $1,000 a week in fuel. Okay, all right. So every week, expense right there. So I hope you guys, I'm taking it that you guys are probably jotting this stuff down. Truck note, insurance, workman's comp, fuel. Another expense, it's a small one, but it's a regular expense, DEF fluid. If you got a 2007 or later, guess what? You got to buy that diesel exhaust fluid and put it in that tank when it get ready to run out. Depending on where you get it from. I don't know if you got a Tractor Supply in your area, but if you got a Tractor Supply, that retail store, I found 5-gallon buckets of that DEF fluid there for $17. 5-gallon buckets. And I got to go get something today. I just buy 5 or 6 gallons at a time, 5-gallon buckets at a time, because you're going to use it. It's not a question of if you're going to use it, but that's an expense. So I'll probably go 17 times 5 5-gallon buckets. I'm going to probably go spend $100 a day on DEF fluid. That DEF fluid will probably last me with 2 trucks. That'll probably last about 2 to 3 weeks. right? So just put a little expense in there for some depth fluid. If you want to say $120 a month, $130, if you got one truck, I'm sorry, you got one truck, you might want to just add $50, $60 a month to that because you're gonna have to buy some depth fluid. Gotta have it. All right. Y'all with me? All right. Okay. All right. Let me stop right there. Any questions at this point? We got any questions at this point? All right. Good observation, Randy. All right. Any other questions at this point? I don't want to go to gobble up a whole bunch of information and not give you a chance to chime in. Randy, what is fuel in South Carolina right now? What is diesel in South Carolina? All right, Adam, CEO, any other way for direct contact? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brother Adams, we can do consultations. Let me give you my email. You can look under one of the videos and set up a consultation if you like, Brother Adams. Here's an email if you just had a question. Just under 3? Yeah, Randy, we're at 265. We're at 265 right now. But you say, Papa, I use Get Upside and gas, but it save a few bucks a tank. Okay, all right. All right, and I just signed up, Papa, for Murphy's. Not Murphy's, Murphy's, whatever Walmart is. I signed up and they give you you can go there, and if you sign up with that little plan with Walmart with Murphy's, you can get the fuel for like 3 or 4 cents cheaper. And whatever market is, you get it for 3, 4 cents cheaper. So that all that adds up, man. 280. Okay, Randy, that's not bad. Okay, yeah, we at 265, and it's kind of been hanging around that area lately. Okay, brother Adams, cool. There go my man, Adderley. Good morning, man. You woke up, huh? Abraham, nothing wrong with the new internationals, man. I've never been an international guy, but a couple of guys out here, they don't have the new international. They got some old international, but internationals have held up pretty good. I don't have any problem with the international. If you got a dealership locally that can assist you and for parts and things like that, go for it. I never forget, I made the mistake of I told you about that story about the Sterling. But one of the mistakes also in getting that Sterling is that there wasn't a dealership locally. And the closest dealership was like New Orleans. And I had to literally drive to New Orleans getting parts. And man, that got old real quick. They would ship stuff to me. But when you got to have something right then, oh my God, I got to run to New Orleans, which is like 100 miles. That wasn't fun. New Orleans got terrible traffic. All right, Glenn, I'm in South Carolina also. I just refueled about an hour ago, 279. Okay. So that fuel is running me about 500 a week per truck right now. I'm sure it can go up. Obviously, if I work some nights, it can go up as well. All right. Could you guys hold on a second? I got to take this. Hold on a second. This is Bar. Lord, this is Bar. I forgot. Who all you got there? Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I'm finna be headed that way. Tell them, hold tight. Tell them I apologize being late. I'll be headed that way. Okay. All right, guys, I'm back. Got my light. I'm coming, guys. All right. So, sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So, where were we? Okay. All right, C Gator. Yeah, just look up under one of the videos, and you can set up a consultation. Look up under one of the videos on YouTube and it's Calendly app, and you can set up that consultation. Okay. All right. So we straight on the fuel and all of that stuff, right? All right. Another fixed expense is going to be a driver. If you whether you driving yourself, oh Mike, I miss your question. Mike Jones, how much of that fluid are you putting in your gas tank for every fill up? That those def tanks might hold about 12 gallons. Mine's hold 12 gallons. So it depends. I know some of them have been a little bigger, some of them are a little small, but mine's is 12 gallons. Okay. All right. Angel, it just depends. I mean, I can't tell you, what year you should get. I mean, I'm all for late model trucks, but I can't tell you also that you might can go out there and find a 2007 that's in great shape and might work for you. I mean, that's very possible. If you were to find you one, older one, and you are confident, the truck and it's in great shape. I mean, that can work for you. I bought a 94 in the year 2000 and ran it, for 5 years, and guys still running it now. So I'm just at a place to where, I don't really want to be running behind truck as far as breakdowns. So I just rather late model and take a chance with just I know my truck is gonna get me where I need to go. All right. So about a half a gallon a day, Mike Rand. Okay. I never thought about that. How much it actually probably burns a day. That's a good question. 319 in Arizona, huh? They we down to the low twos before Biden. Yeah. When Biden made that deal with that moratorium and stopped that drilling and different stuff, man, that definitely made the fuel jump. All right, so look, getting back to the expenses, your driver. I don't know if you guys are going to put a driver on the truck, but that's going to be a part of your expense. Or if you're driving it yourself, you need to figure out what you're going to be making, and then that's a part of your weekly expense, right? Make sure that you add that in there. Okay. All right. All right. And then finally, on fixed expenses, preventive maintenance, right? You're going to have some fixed expenses as far as preventive maintenance. Some stuff that you got to do every weekend, right? That you're going to have to be dealing with, right? So just factor in a couple $100 on a weekly basis that you would have to do, as far as some kind of preventive maintenance. All right. All right. Taxes. Your last fixed expense here, taxes, whether it be on a monthly basis, whether it be on a quarterly basis, you got taxes that you got to pay. So make sure you factor that in. If you got employees, you got to pay payroll tax, definitely every quarter at least, right? So factor that in with your tax. So that's pretty much your fixed expenses, right? All right, Abraham, I hadn't forgot you what you got. I know you said make sure when you buy your truck, you make sure it's double frame. Yes, double frame. Or if it has that thicker single frame, right? All right, my truck I just bought, Abraham, doesn't have the double frame, but it has that thicker single frame. And being that it came from the factory like that, I trust it. It came from the factory as a dump truck, I trust it. So if it's a factory dump truck and it's got the thicker single frame, you good. TriPoint, what's up, man? All right. All right. So that's our expenses. That's our fixed expenses. Let me get to the non-fixed expenses. In other words, stuff that can come up and that you may have to end up paying. All right, maintenance issues. All right. Blown tire, blown belt popped. You gotta get all changed every 10,000 miles. Things like that, right? Expenses, non-fixed expenses, but expenses nonetheless. All right, road taxes. You got to do road taxes once a year, $364 should be for a triaxle dump truck. Maybe a little more, a little less, depending on if you got a quad or a trailer. All right, tag renewal. Tag renewal. In Louisiana, our tag renewals are 422.10, right? Once a year. Here's the catch. You got to bring the road tax form in order to be able to renew your tag. That's how they make sure you pay them road taxes. All right. Tools. You got to have tools and accessories. You saw me. I just did a video on the fact of the different tools and accessories that are needed in order to be able to, operate your dump truck, help you with your daily functionality, out on jobs, different things like that. Shovels, hammers, vice grips, screwdrivers, 9/16 wrenches, those kinds of things, right? All right. So those are just a few non-fixed expenses that I would suggest you have. Okay. All right, so we're at the halfway point. Let me entertain some of your questions and just mention also, thank you guys for the support of this channel. We introduce channel memberships. If any of you guys are interested in being subscribing to being a member of the CEO channel, there's opportunities to do that, and we're offering different perks with that, some different private live streams and for members only, some coaching, and also some shout outs depending on what level you may want to join if you want to join. So if you see that join button, that's what that's all about. And we appreciate your support. If not, then obviously I'm going to still be giving you more game. It doesn't change anything with that, but we're just offering an exclusive opportunity for those that who will be a part of the channel to have that opportunity to interact on another level. All right. Then also, we got our super stickers and super chat if you want to support the channel in that way, that you could do that as well. All right. All right. Let me look at some more questions here. Jack, do you contribute to a pre-tax IRA to lower your taxable income? Jack, I did at one time. I had a Roth in order to do my retirement that way. I did at one time. What I do now is more so investing in stocks. I'm doing it that way, but definitely a pre-tax is a good way to go. Roth or regular is a traditional. But I'm doing more so investing in stock market, and that way mine is going that way. But definitely you need to do something as an owner operator. Man, that's a whole video right there, right? What do you do by way of planning for retirement as an owner operator, right? I'm gonna have to write that down. That's a whole video right there. Byron says, just starting out, how much do you recommend putting away for maintenance every month? Byron, one truck, I do $1,000 a month. I have $250, Byron, that automatically comes out of my general account and goes into my to another savings account or maintenance account, I call it, right? Automatically. I don't have to transfer it. I want it gone, so I'll know it's there. But I do $1,000 a month truck that goes into another account for maintenance. Great question. Ben, do contractors understand if you're trying to set up contracts before you buy a truck so you don't buy a truck and not have enough work lined up to pay for everything? Sometimes being it don't always work that way. I don't know if you're going to be able to set up a contract. I think what you're pretty much going to be doing is just inquiring about work, right? It's highly unlikely you're going to be signing on the dotted line for a contract and you don't have a truck. I mean, they want to know that you're going to be able to come through. So why would they lock themselves into a contract with you and you don't even have a truck the first, right? So I think the most you probably can go with that being is going to be, a commitment to, hey, get your truck, we'll use you, or something like that. I don't know if you will actually, and maybe you're meaning by saying set up contracts, meaning talking and inquiring. But when you say contract, I kind of take that to mean you signing something on a dotted line, right? So if you're meaning talking to, inquiring, yes, I would agree. But if you're talking about signing on the bottom line, I would say no. All right, Adams, any grants to start a dump truck hauling business? Adams, for what I've understand, if you've been in business more than 2 years, you can check with the SBA. You can check with the federal government about different startup grants. So there are grants out there. From what my understanding, I think it'll be a thing where you have to search the federal government website. They do fund startups for businesses. You have to have a business plan, credit score got to be where it needs to be, those kinds of things. Randy, how much do you put back for repairs and maintenance average money? Randy, $1,000 a truck. $1,000 a truck. I take $250 out every week. All right, Ryan. What's up, Ryan? Charlottesville. All right. Workman's comp general liability insurance if I am subcontracting to 1 week jobs to other drivers. Is this possible? Probably on a month-to-month basis. I don't know about in a week, 1 day to 1 week. We're dealing with that kind of situation. It's probably gonna be a month-to-month basis. You could do it. You probably could do it on a month-to-month basis. All right. All right. So anybody, any more questions on just the expenses? Mike, it depends on your bills, Mike. Great question. What I did was when I started, I figured out what my bills would be, divided them by 4, and added myself a little extra $150 for me, and then that's what I paid myself every week. All right. So in other words, if my bills was 2,000, I just said, okay, I made that 26 or 27 divided by 4, and that's what I paid myself every week. Henry, depends on where you're at. In my area, triaxles is king. I'm hearing I'm on this with these people, this company I'm working with now. They're telling me that if I got a quad, it'd be even better. So this next truck, if I get another one, I'm gonna have to start looking at quad, because now it look like the market here is entertaining quads more. But it depends on your market for your area, Henry. You got to see what they're using, because like in Atlanta, because of the state law, they don't recognize triaxles. So they tell me that tandems is king in Atlanta. All right. A blowout. I would say, Abraham, depends on the tire. If you're buying a new tire, you're gonna pay about $350 for a new one. You could probably get a cap for 180, 200. All right, and then for somebody to come out, you're gonna have a few roll call plus labor. So if you get a new tire, I would say 350 plus another 100 or so for labor. That's what it would cost you for a blowout. But I run caps. Y'all don't laugh at me, but they work in Louisiana. I run caps. So for me, a blowout probably would be 150 to 180 for the tire plus 100. So it'll be less than $300. All right, Henry, I didn't know you was from Louisiana. Oh, yeah, man. Triaxles, Doc. Triaxles. You in Louisiana. Triaxles, Henry. No doubt about it, baby. I didn't know you was in Louisiana. Okay. Rand, if you get a year out of tires, you're doing good. If you get in a year out of tires, you're doing good. That's what we shoot for. If you can get a year, you're doing great. But when that heat, it gets hot in the summer, it just depends on how much you roll in that truck. You might not get but 10 months, depending on how much you're rolling. But at least that does say if you're rolling, you're making money, right? All right. But we hope we can get a year out of tires. All right. And what you do is, before that year's up, you need to start putting money back, because you finna have to buy tires, right? So you don't be caught. Or while you making money, what I like to do, buy you 2 at a time, Randy, and put them up at your house. That's how you do that. Buy you 2 at a time while you're making money. And that way, when it's time to do tires, you good. All right. All right. So look, let's move into how much money is needed to start, right? How much money is needed to start? Because this is always a question I get as well. So we've talked about expenses. I think these two things go hand in hand. We talked about the expenses. All right. And then now we'll talk about the money needed to start. What's the use of diesel on the back of the bed? Demetrius, diesel breaks down old asphalt. So if I got old asphalt that got hard in my truck, if I put some diesel in there, it literally dissolves it. And when you put another hot load on top of it, it's going to pull all of that out. So that's why we use diesel on asphalt in the back of the bed. How much percent of revenues is diesel? Michael, Michelle, if you figure, what did I say? 500 a week. I'm saying 500 a week for me, right? So if you figure, if I'm burning 500 a week and I make 3,500, 4,000, what would that be? That'd be less than 10%, maybe 5% if I'm adding that right. I think 5% would be the number, something like that. All right. All right. Okay, good. All right. So let's look at these expenses. So proper capital is needed, right, for when starting a dump truck business, right? Because if you don't have enough money going in, you can fail because you didn't have enough revenue. Okay. Having enough capital going in give you confidence that you got enough to make it. All right. Because there's always unforeseen circumstances, things, the unknown that you don't know about. Give you an example. When I started in the business, that's what I was going to tell you. I started with $12,500. I got a line of credit from my credit union for $12,500, right? The down payment on the truck, I think, was $7,500, left me $5,000 to start. Immediately, right off the bat, get the first load on the truck, me not knowing that my specs wasn't right, the truck sat down. in the front. I had to go get the springs and stuff built. I spent $1,500 building the front end of the truck up right off the bat in the business. Unforeseen circumstance. I had $3,500 left, y'all, to start. Thanks be to God, though, man. The work was there, and I worked, and I was able to get, go from there. But man, that 1,500, it spooked me right off the bat, man. Unforeseen circumstance. I didn't know, that front end needed to be rated for to be able to tote that load. It wasn't. It was a road truck. All right, so let's look about down payment. You figure down payment, what the finance companies, this company, I showed it to you on the video. They wanted 10% down, right? Truck was $137,000. I ended up putting 10% down, $150,000. I ended up putting $15,000 down, right? So most companies, finance companies, your credit is where it needs to be. They want 10% down. All right, some are asking for 20%. So whatever truck you get, just be thinking in your mind that they may want, not a guarantee, they may want 10% down. All right, your insurance down payment. All right, you can look to be putting, if they want a down payment. What a good thing I like about Progressive, y'all, Progressive doesn't require the big down payment. They just stretch it out over 12 months. That first payment may be a little more, but then it's going to come back to being the same amount every month. But if I were you, I would plan on $1,500 to $2,500 down payment with insurance. $1,500, $2,500 for insurance, right? Workman's comp, anywhere from $500 to $1,000. Workers' comp, $500 to $1,000. All right, and then road taxes, we talked about $364, right? All right, so let me recap those expenses right there. 10 to 20% down, mostly 10. $1,500 to $2,500 for insurance down payment. $1,000 for workman's comp, and then $364 for road taxes. All right. All right. All right. Fuel money to start. All right. I would suggest about $2,000 in fuel money to start to have for fuel. Why is that important? Because if you run this week and run a whole week, more than likely you won't get paid till the following Friday. So you're going to have to run 2 weeks straight before you get that first check in most instances. Okay. So I said 2,000, but you can just see if I'm telling you 500 a week I'm burning, that's 1,000 right there. And you give yourself a little cushion if you need more. Okay. All right. Let me get a few questions. Alan, one more time. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Alan. You want to go back over the first time expenses? Okay. Down payment, you can look for 10 to 20%. Insurance down payment, $1,500 to $2,500. Workman's comp, $500 to $1,000. And then road taxes, $364. All right. Give me a thumbs up, Andre. Let me know you got that, Alan. All right. And then, okay. All right. Let me get the other questions while y'all catch up. All right. Buying truck at auction, staying, not a problem, man. I've went to auctions looking at trucks before. If it's a big company that's got a whole bunch of dump trucks out there, obviously, you're buying it as is now. That's the only thing. But some good deals can be found at auction. Take your mechanic with you and let him look over that truck with you. All right. Crawford, do you got to put down payment if you go in credit union for a truck? It depends. I mean, some credit unions do the whole 100%. Yeah. So that's a great question, Crawford. Some credit unions will go ahead and do the whole haul, man. You don't have to put nothing down. Credit unions are just much more pleasant to deal with than a bank. I deal with both, but yeah, I've had credit union do the whole thing before, so that's awesome. Yeah. All right, Alan, you got it. Okay. Great question, Crawford. All right. So fuel money to start, 2,000. We talked about that. All right. You got to pay. All right. Get these. You got to put your lettering on the truck, right? Whatever your company name is. All right. All right. What up, Bo? You appreciate you, man. Good morning to you. I lost my thought. Oh, lettering on the truck. You got to put your name on the truck, right? You got to put your name on the truck. You got to put your company name, DOT numbers if your state requires that, right? So you got to do some lettering for the truck. You got to be able to pay yourself. Remember, I talked to you about that on expenses. So make sure in your startup money, you got enough money to pay yourself. Whatever your bills are, times 4. You got to be able to pay yourself. All right. The other things is unforeseen circumstances, like I just showed you what happened with me. Unforeseen circumstances. All right. And then truck issues. If you got some truck issues that may arise, right? So here's my suggested amount. When you look at all of this, and it's the same with what I told you before, anywhere between a comfortable range for me, I would tell anybody, if you got 20K, you smoking. You really in a good area if you got 20K, 20,000, right? If you got 15, that could pass, right? You could get by with 15. Okay. But it all is flexible because it all depends on whether or not you got to do a down payment. That's the key thing, tangible, intangible, that could change. Because if you go to a credit union, like Crawford was saying, and they do the whole thing, well, shoot, you might not need but $10,000. All right. But if you gotta put down, oh my God, Bo, God bless you, man. Look at y'all, man. Look at Bo Walker. Bo was my first channel member on yesterday, and he came in at the entry level, and now he just upgraded his membership to the grind and to the max. Shout outs to Bo Walker, y'all. God bless you, man. We appreciate it. Look, anybody else want to become a channel member, man? Follow Bo's lead. We appreciate the support to the channel because we could be bringing you, man, more game, and more game, right? So appreciate you, Bo, man. God bless you. So 20,000 is what I suggest. But if you get in a situation to where your bank or credit union doesn't require anything down, you could get by with 10. So your situation, depending on your situation, you're in good shape with that. Okay. All right. So look, guys, that's my spiel. Let's do some Q&A and chop it up and answer some of your questions that some of you guys may have on this morning before we get off with you. All right. What's up? All right, Glenn, appreciate it, man. Appreciate that, brother. You join. We appreciate that support. Michael, what's up, Michael? No, thank you, brother Bo. Thank you, man. If about 217 or newer, how much in maintenance should I set aside monthly? Michael Michelle, which if I'm pronouncing your name right, I do 250 a week, man. 250 a week for maintenance. I automatically put up. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot some folks up here. Let me go back up. Reggie, best way to go first. What is the best way to go first? 18-wheeler dump truck. It's what your pleasure is, man. I mean, what's your specialty? What you want to do? You want to go over the road? You want to be at home at night? Or unless you're talking about a trailer, I don't know. It's really what you want to do, man. You have to follow your passion, man. You have to follow your passion of what you what you think you would want to do. I can't really tell you which way to particularly. It just depends on you. We're making it down here with triaxle dump trucks. We're making it down here with trailer trucks. So, all right, Byron Burris, families from Baton Rouge. All right, Byron, I know a Charles Burris, man, from Baton Rouge. He's a pastor. I don't know if that's part of your family. Yeah, I know Charles. All right, who else we got here? Ozzy. All right, I'm looking at buying a price of 40. What you think? Ozzy is all about the truck, man. If that truck is in good shape, brother, it could be a good truck. I mean, just be careful. Take a mechanic with you. Get that thing checked out. That's all I'm saying about a used truck. That when you get to spending just by the price, I know that's probably going to be a 2002, 3, maybe in that range, right? But if that truck has been well taken care of, check it out, man. I'm not going to tell you it can't work. My first truck was 45,000. So just check that out. Look out, Strap. Thank you, man. Strap, welcome to the channel membership, man. God bless you, man. That's a blessing. Appreciate you. I've talked to this brother before. God bless you, man. Appreciate the support. All right. Mike is fine. Okay, Michelle. Okay, Mike is fine. Okay, cool. All right, Mike Jones, is there a credit score that you would recommend having before? Yes. Mike, my salesman told me what did he tell me? 700 at least, I think he said. I think my salesman told me 700 at the least, 750, you in good shape. 750 at the least, 750, you smoking. That's what my salesman told me. Terry Mitchell, what's up, man? Thank you for the channel membership. God bless you, man. Appreciate the support. Shout outs to you, man. I appreciate that. All right. Alan, once I get a truck, I'm going to run into problem of where I'll store the truck since I live in an apartment. What else you did? Alan, got a video coming, man. Got a video coming on different places to store the truck. All right, so stay tuned, man. I don't want to give it away too quick. It's coming up in about 2 weeks. It's already done. It just got the schedule to play, right? It's coming. I'm got you covered. Tags and registration, Randy. Our tags here are 42210, right? Road tag 364. My tags are 42210. That's regular local plate. Is not a portion. I can run all throughout this state of Louisiana. All right, Bo. So I'm having trouble finding whether or not I need an MC number. No, you don't need an MC number, Bo. You do not need an MC number. I think in Texas you need the DOT, but you do not need an MC number. That really is a motor carrier number. You're not a motor carrier. You're a local dump truck operator. Jack. All right. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, man. Oh, my God. Appreciate that, man. Glenn, appreciate that, man. Appreciate the support, bro. Shouts out to you guys. You guys been following me for a little while, man. I appreciate the support. Mike, the revenues per month, which is on another video, Mike, we're averaging now whole week anywhere between $3,000 and $4,000 a week, man, is what we're doing. And I'm doing day and night now, so I think I know I'm gonna do more than that. I haven't got it in a whole week yet to tell you what my day and night is, but definitely hold on somewhere. But anyway, so definitely 1 week $3,500 to $4,000 a week, man, is what you can look for. All right, at least that's what we're doing here. Average month hourly rate $75, $80 an hour, right? 80, 85. We're getting anywhere from 75 to 85 in Louisiana. All right, Isaac, God bless you. Mike Jones, for sure. JM, what are some estimates for a new CDL driver starting my own company of getting insurance? Oh, Lord, JM. Oh, my God. I just had Crawford to say that they quoted, he's 24, he's new, and they quoted him 80,000 with Progressive. So I think you just go to have to check around, do your due diligence. I was telling the guys about searching this dump truck group on Facebook that some guys were able to find some cheaper insurance, right? So keep on JM, just keep searching, man. I believe you, if you can get it to 20, 25,000 a year, JM, count that as a blessing. Even if you get it to 30, count it as a blessing. And if you can come in like that and maintain, the good part is that it goes down after that first year. They just really new people. They're really kind of, giving them that high price initially. But if you can weather that storm, it'll go down after that. All right, Alan, God bless you, man. It's coming. Strap, appreciate you, man. Amada, all right. And I'm glad you comment. Can you touch on what kind of expense we can claim on our taxes for a return? Shoot, man, look, everything I name you is right. Is you write it off, right? The truck note, the insurance, the workman's comp, the fuel, the death, all of that is wrote off, right? The salary to the driver or to yourself, that's wrote off. All of the maintenance, that's wrote off, right? That's the beauty of it. All of that, what I told you, is tax deductible. That's the beauty of it. You can write all that off. All right. So that is the good part. You ain't gonna have no problem with no expenses. And you can depreciate the value on the truck for about the first 3 or 4 or 5 years. So you gonna be okay tax-wise. Trust me, you got a good CPA, it's more than enough to write off. Man, my first few years, I got income tax back. First 5, 6, 7, 8 years, I got income tax back. All right. Now, obviously, once you start making money and profiting real good, there was a time I had to start paying. I couldn't deny it. I was making that kind of money, right? All right. All right. Payroll service fees. Adderley, my CPA charges me about 100. I let her do the whole thing. She do my bookkeeping, payroll, all. I pay my own people, but she keeps it all in order. My CPA runs me about $100 a month, man. About $100 a month to keep my stuff straight. All right. All right. Stan, how do I become a member? Where's the link? Look at the join button, Stan, and that'll work out for you. You guys, hold on 1 second. Hold 1 second, guys. route. Tell them, please, I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm en route. Tell them, hold on. Okay, okay. Coming, guys. Hold on. All right. All right. All right. Let me get back to where I was. Appreciate that. Run to the little bathroom. All right. So, yes. So, Stan, how do I become a... Okay, yeah. Stan, look, it's a link that says join. You should be able to find that at the bottom. All right, Bo in the chat. Let's build some great companies. Yes, sir. That's what I want to see, man. I want you guys. We want to build some great companies in this dump truck business. Adelaide, welcome, man. Welcome. The grinding is what I do. Appreciate you, man. You've been following me for a little while. God bless you, man. Shouts out to you. Michael, brother, I was paying drivers $18 and the prices went up. I've just had to pay my driver. I just gave my driver a raise. I'm paying driver $20, man. But we did get a raise in the first hourly rate on the truck, and I got a good guy, man. So I want to take care of him, right? So yeah, I'm paying $20, man. So it depends on your area, but I'm paying $20. All right, JM, Damon, does the price of the insurance automatically decrease, or do I have to ask them to lower? They'll lower it, Damon, when they give you the renewal. You know, the insurance part, as far as the premium, that, you know, no accidents, that kind of stuff, it should lower on its own. But as far as the value of the truck, you're gonna have to tell them, hey, I insured 150,000 this year. I don't need to insure but 120,000 this year, right? Because the value of your truck has went down, what you owe has went down. You're gonna have to tell them that. All right. Because if not, they'll just renew it at the same amount of what your truck is worth. All right, Terry, what's up? How do you find the rates for your area? When you say rates, Terry, what do you mean? You mean rates for the truck or insurance rates? Which one are you talking about on that? What if the rate is by the load? Mike, if the rate is by the load, I pay the driver 25% of whatever the load pays. 25%. All right, Jack, bless you, man. Shouts out. I like that. I like that emoji, man. God bless you, man. I appreciate it, Jack. I tried. I'm just trying to get a game, man. All right. Yeah, Terry, tell me what rate you talking about, man. I want to answer that question. Okay. Strap, what's up? Good morning. I know you're big on the Camelback. How you feel about the M-Ride? M-Ride is cool. M-Ride is cool. Look, on suspension, you know, and that's that other one. I haven't had it, you know, but I'm not hearing anything bad about it either, you know. So, you know, anything they make, you know, you take it to the bank, man. You take it to the bank. You already know this. You already know this, man. All right. Rates for work. Terry, pretty much you ask the companies, you know, or you ask these drivers. Somebody gonna tell you what they're paying. Trust me. You talk to a couple of dump truck drivers, or you can ask the company what's their hourly rate for what they're paying their trucks, and somebody will be able to spit that out to you. I'm sure that won't be hard to find out at all, there, man. How many hours we working a week right now, Mike? It's still rain getting us. I know y'all see the weather, so the rain dipping in on us here and there, but on a daily 9 and 10. And if we can just get the break from the rain right now, it's gonna be at least 50 hours a week, man. I mean, we worked Thursday night. I worked Thursday night. The rain came last night. The state is not gonna let them work today. So we going back. My driver going to work in the morning. I'm going tomorrow night. And so we're going to start. And then the weather's good all next week. Look, that's another nugget. In the dump truck business, be accustomed to watching that weather every day and have the app on your phone so you can pull it up at all times, because that's going to help you a bit of plan. I'm going to do a whole nother video about that as well. But I am, when we're rolling, who asked that? Mike, 50 hours a week ain't nothing to do, man. Easy. That ain't nothing. In 5 days, that ain't gonna be nothing to do once this little rain get out of here. All right, Adams, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Glenn. Glenn, y'all ain't had rain in 2 weeks. Where you at, man? Shoot, we've been having rain every week for the last 3 or 4 weeks, at least one day, once or twice a week, man. Shoot, I mean, April showers bring May flowers. That's what they say, right? So we're used to it. I mean, it's not uncommon. April showers bring May flowers. We just waiting for it to be over. All right. If you're subbing for another company and you're getting paid by the hour, do they pay you overtime? Not if you driving your own truck. No, ain't no such thing as you just whatever the rate is, right? No, there's no such thing as overtime in subcontracting. Now, a driver, if you got to drive on that truck, or if you're a driver, yeah, there's overtime for you as an employee. But if this is your truck and you driving your truck and you subbing and working for somebody, no, whatever the rate is, right? For 75 hours, that's what you're getting, right? So it doesn't work like that as a sub. South Carolina, good God, man. Yeah, man. I guess it must be, look, Glenn, it must be fizzling out or going north when it gets to y'all, man, because it's been getting, Mississippi, Alabama, and all us. So it must be going north when it gets to you guys, man. Good grief. It rain been getting us, man. Yeah, what's up, man? What's up, man? Look, this has been a beautiful Saturday morning with you guys, man. I'm so glad to be with you guys, man. Glad to be with you guys. Got some great content coming up next week, man. I basically, when I worked at night last week, I basically chronicled like 4 videos from last week. So you're going to see them start Monday. This was me actually last week at night on this job, right? And I just got some nuggets from last week that I just say I got to give it to them, right? Right. Well, man, shoot, I enjoyed you guys on this Saturday morning. Thank you guys for the support, the channel memberships, the stickers, the chats, whatever you guys, how you supposed to support. Appreciate that. Got some good stuff for you guys who've decided to become channel members, man. We're going to really chop it up on some other stuff that I got planned for you guys that I think really is going to benefit you guys even more so, once I find out what level y'all are at as far as getting started in it, or whatever you guys are on, right? All right. So what you got, Mike? If I'm being a sub for another company where the revenue still be 3,000 to 4,000 per week, yeah, you can make that kind of money. I'm doing it now, Mike. I'm doing it now. This company I'm working, once we can get a whole doggone weekend, oh God, I mean, I'm doing. Let me see. Right now with this company, I'm doing about anywhere from at night now, 3 loads a night. I'm doing anywhere from 675 to 750 a night. So you do the math on that. And let's take the high number, 750. And if I just 750 times 5, what is that? 15.3, that's 37.50, right? All day long. Right? But I told you between 35 and 4, because some nights we don't get but 9 hours. I'm making 75 on this job. But hear me what I'm saying to you. This is just at night. I'm working the truck in the daytime some too. So I'm gonna do more than between the 35 and the 4. I'm actually do about 5 or 6. But if we ever put the days together and this rain gets out of here, it's easily $4,000 a week. All right? Because they're gonna work on weekends too. All right. All right, Bo, that's good. I'll do a video on that, the sub situation. Okay. How that basically works. Okay. Oh, no, Mata, you can own how many you want, man. Brother, you can own how many trucks you want. There's no limit. No limit. How many you want. It's all about how much you want to, how big you want to scale up. It's all on you. All right. Great question, Mike. I like that question. All right. What's up? What's up? Anything else, guys? Man, I appreciate you guys tuning in on this beautiful Saturday, man. Appreciate you support us, man. It's been good, man. I'm working on some merchandise. I just been busy and swamped with other stuff. So I'm gonna be getting my no grind, no shine stuff together for you guys here shortly. But I just got so much going on, right? All right, guys. That being all, nothing else. We good. I enjoyed you guys, man. Got a few things I need to carry on the rest of this Saturday, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope I've been of help to you, talking about expenses and the money that you need to get started. All right, Damon, what you got? When does your down season start down there for Louisiana? After that little area right after Christmas. That's pretty much, if you do something Christmas week and New Year's week, you're doing good here. We basically hope for 2-3 days that week. We can get 2 days in the week of Christmas, 2 days the week of January, we're good. And then right after the first of the year, like that first 2 weeks after the first, we're a little slow. End of February, end of January, you start doing a little bit. Beginning of February, you start doing a little more, and it gradually picks up, right? But let me say that it really just depends on who you with, man. If you with a contractor that's got to work and got to get it done, dude, I've went through whole winters and ain't stopped, and just took the holiday off and then right back to work the next day. So, but just as a general rule, let's just say in the dump truck business, as a general rule, December and January is your slowest months. Let me just say that. December and January is your slowest months. All right, Strap, appreciate that, man. You and enjoy your weekend too, man. Yes, sir. I got some good stuff coming real soon on the membership. Y'all gonna be seeing it within the next couple of weeks, man. We're gonna really chop it up, man. Dallas, Texas. Yeah, okay, man. Look, got relatives out there in Dallas, Bo. Some relatives out there in Louisville, man. Got some relative cousin and his wife. Go to the West Side Church in Louisville, Texas, man. Homeboy from Baton Rouge used to pastor that church. And I got another cousin up in Plano, work for the post office, man. So got some family out there in Dallas. Gonna be coming out there real soon. I'm a pastor. I normally come out there to the E.K. Bailey preaching conference at the Fairmont Hotel. I think it's gonna be at Concord Church this year. So I'm thinking about coming out there in July to that, man. Definitely go out to show you some love if I decide to do that. All right. All right. Well, all right, guys, man. Look, appreciate y'all. It's been good. I got to say my little line, more game, and more game, right? No grind, no shine, man. Y'all take it easy. Peace, much love. Thank you to the supporters, the channel memberships. Appreciate the support. We got some good stuff in store for you guys. Love you. Appreciate you. We gone.